All right, here we go. 25 questions are written down. These were randomly picked by my daughter this time. There was only 73 questions that people wanted to ask me. So we said we'd do 25. Here they are. First question. How long can you last on YouTube without asking people to subscribe, hit the bell icon, or asking for super chats? I do appreciate that you don't bother us like the other creators out there, but I would like to know how much longer you think you can survive without having to do so. Answer is 11 months. I'm at 11 months right now, and that's how long you can survive without asking people to subscribe, hit the bell icon, or bug them. As revenue falls in this, thing, I have to get more Patreon supporters, and if I don't, then I guess I cut back on the content. Next question. Why are so many of your videos so long? Sorry, but I like to talk, and I don't think I can fully describe the cases that I cover and the research that I do. A lot of people accuse me of just reading off of what's on the news. I don't. I read what's in the news, I take notes on it, and then I verify what they're saying. I go farther, above and beyond, farther than anyone else that I know of out there. And I do believe that a large majority of my subscribers and those who support my channel both, appreciate the fact that I don't talk about rumors or speculations or make stuff up or keep on beating the dead horse, I guess. So, can't do it in under 3 minutes. Next question. How much money do you make per video? Not answering that. I'm asking because I've uploaded 25 videos, and if I was to continue to do it every month, how would I be able to survive? The answer to that is it all depends on what you get from YouTube and ad revenue and the genre that you're in. I make 0.7 of a cent per view on a video. Yeah, it takes 10 people out there before I actually have something, and then they take their cut off of that. So then I have to get 10 more before I can get back to where I was before. Can you survive on ad revenue? Not starting off. Just because you become monetized finally and you get your 1,000 subscribers, your 2 million watch minutes, you can't survive on that. Unless you're living at home and you have no expenditures, or someplace where you have no expenditures. Sorry, but that's the truth. Number 4. What's been your biggest mistake so far in your first year on YouTube? Excuse me. I would have to go with stopping the Christopher Watts videos, not doing them weekly like I was. I wouldn't necessarily say that's a mistake, but I got a lot of backlash from it. I lost a couple hundred subscribers. A lot more than what originally told me they were going to leave, and I lost my biggest Patreon supporters over it, and it really hit me in the wallet. But I'm sticking to my guns, and I'm doing exactly what I said I was going to do. I'm only going to make videos about Christopher Watts when there is something newsworthy. I'm not going to keep on beating the same horse. So, number 5. There are so many true crime channels on YouTube. Why are others monetized on the same content but yours not? Yours are not. I'm going to put this really nicely as I can, and in short, is I don't play YouTube's game very well. There are keywords and key phrases and things that you can put in a video description that will draw in more viewers. There are things that you can put in, the actual video itself, because the YouTube algorithm not only listens to what you say and what you type out on text on the actual video itself, so for display, and it reads the title, it reads the description, and if it finds any of those keywords, it demonetizes it before it ever gets up, before anybody ever sees it. I don't play that game very well, and that's just a fact. there are true crime channels out there that cover the exact same cases that I do, and they're monetized completely on everything that they do. I don't play the game very well. That's the short answer. Next question, number 6. Are you going away? Some weeks it is hit or miss if you will do a live stream. That answer to that is I've been playing around with the live stream. I know I normally had them on Sundays at 10 o'clock, but I've been doing them later on Sundays. I've tried them earlier. I've tried them in different lengths. Instead of an hour, doing 2.5 hours. I'm trying all kinds of things. Try to find out what matches the viewers the most. I mean, I could do them whenever I have the availability. I could do, for a week, but, if I had the time. But I don't. But, I mean, it's just hypothetically saying if I had the time, I could do for a week. But who's going to watch the live stream? And to me, if I do a live stream, I have to make a certain amount of super chat. I'm sorry, but that's the facts. I have to make a certain amount of super chat to make that video worth it across the board. Because let's just say I make a regular video. I get about that much, an expectation. I have an expectation of a certain amount that I'll make within the first 48 hours if it's monetized. I have to make at least that much in super chat on those on live streams. Otherwise, there's no reason to do it. The last video live stream I did I think 2 hours and 15 minutes, roughly somewhere in there, and I got about what I would actually make on a 10-minute video. So I know it's hard, and I know what your point is it's hit or miss on, if you're catching me on live streams. I'm trying to narrow it down. I'm trying to nail it down so you'll know exactly when I'm going to be online, and you can go to my homepage and it tells you exactly what day. I'll have every single item. So it'll be like a menu. On Mondays, you're gonna get your crime and punishment. On Sundays or Saturdays, you'll get your live stream. Or maybe it doesn't work out Saturday or Sunday. Maybe it's best if I do live streams Friday nights. Whichever. I mean, if I can fit it into my schedule and it works for the viewer the best, that's when I'm going to do it. All right, number 8, love your channel and content. Why do other channels call you and TCL out and mock your channels? I don't know, jealousy. I didn't know they were doing it to TCL, but I mean, I know that those who have called me out in the past have done it to try to ridicule me, mock me, poke fun at me. And to some extent that I bit on it and I mocked them back. But I don't know. I'm going to go with jealousy for the answer to that one. Good question though. Number 9, YouTube doesn't give me a notice when you do live streams. Can you help? I wish I could. The only thing I can suggest is to check your pop-up blocker settings. If you have that, it could be a pop-up blocker that's blocking it. Go to the bell icon, click on the bell icon. If it changes a shade of gray, it may not been on. It should be a lighter color of gray if it's on. Sorry, I can't help that with that one. Really too much. Next, question number 10. What's the average views for a channel like yours? Excuse me. What's the average views for a channel like yours? Are you talking about I guess maybe their average views per video? I don't know. Monthly, I was averaging around 154,000 views a month, and then that dropped off to about half of that. And if I get 75, 80,000 views a month now, I'm good. And I understand. It goes like this. The whole entire system is ebb and flow. Summer months, people are out doing things with their family, and I understand they're not necessarily sitting here binge watching my channel. What they should be doing is binge watching my channel and then visiting with their friends and family and taking care of their kids. That is sarcasm, people. Sarcasm. Number 11. Have you ever considered doing a brand sponsor deal again? I don't know about again. I've never done a brand sponsored deal. I have been approached by a couple of different companies that wanted to do it, but we never could come to terms on the financial aspect of it and what they wanted me to do for the brand deal. The last one that came to me wanted me to pitch their product for 30 days. They wanted to sponsor videos for 30 days, but they didn't want me to put their brand deal in front of Family Annihilators. On Family Annihilator videos, they didn't want their product on it at all, but they were more than happy to do it. I mean, I would love to do it. I mean, if Black Rifle Coffee Company or someone like that, a product that I actually use and enjoy, came to me and said, hey, we would love to, sponsor a couple videos or whatever, well, I'm sure we could work something out. Number 12, collaborations. Why haven't you done any? Kind of along the same lines of the brand deal. I've been approached by several different people who wanted to do collaborations with me, and in the end, it always falls apart. I've got a couple that are in the works. Hopefully, that I'll end up doing one with my friend Cece. And she has the channel Crime and Coffee. Go check it out if you haven't. It's here on YouTube, obviously, but. We've been kicking around the idea about doing like a trivia, murder trivia or something along that lines. But a lot of times it's always been the other channel wants to put the content only on their channel, or if we share it on both channels, they want part of my revenue, and then they think that I want part of their revenue. I'm more willing to help out and collaborate with a smaller channel to help them get to that 1,000 mark, so they can become monetized, so they can find out just what it's like to suffer like me. Because we really truly are people. We don't make this content. All this costs money. The lights, the electricity, the internet, the licensing deals that you have to sign to run these channels, it all costs money. None of it's free. You think you're getting it for free, but you're not. So one way or another, you're paying for it. Either you're paying for it with your eyes and subliminally because of product placement in the background. And if there's product placement in this, God bless America. That's your product placement. But you're paying for it one way or another. All right, next one, number 13. Why don't you offer free items again and giveaways like you did in the beginning? Simple. YouTube, they flat out, shut me down on that, and they warned me if I did it again and the manner that I was doing it before, that I would end up with a community strike. I got my one free warning out of that, and the next one is going to be a community strike. I have to set guidelines, I have to have them approved, and I have to make it fair, so there's no way that anyone can buy into a extra challenge or buy into an opportunity to win more. Yeah, and all I was doing was giving away. You subscribe to my channel, and I was just randomly picking all new subscribers and giving away gift cards. That's all I was doing. But apparently that's too much for YouTube. Well, I've thought about doing it again. I've also thought about doing it with the trivia. Doing a live stream once a month, asking 6 questions, and the first person to get all 6 of them right and email me the correct answer. But then I'm like, how do I verify the email address that they're emailing me is the same, or vice versa? I don't know how to actually make the contact part of it, but I've thought about it. Number 14, do you think they'll ever solve the Delphi case? Ooh, this is a case. This is where I see up in the corner here. I wrote case. So all the rest of them are all case oriented on cases that I've actually done. Do I think they'll ever solve the Delphi case? Yes. Number 15, Timothy Jones. Why hasn't the main media covered what you have, or did you make it all up on what you reported? The reason why the Main Street media doesn't necessarily report on what I cover is because they only cover what sells, and they all have, regardless if you believe it or not, everyone has an agenda. They have an agenda to make money for their advertisers, and if they make money for their advertisers, that sells, that makes their channel, more money. ABC, NBC, wherever. PBS even does it to an extent. They're not biased either, unbiased either. They have to sell people on more programming to get more people to view in, and then then when they do their telethons, get you to ring in, because everybody does it. That's just the way it works. I'm doing this, and I'm reporting on, like in the Timothy Jones case, everything that I actually reported on both of those videos was in the mainstream media, and what little information I was able to confirm, that it's not in the mainstream media, came from other sources, but, I'd say a good 90% of it came from, what was the information that was in either the case file, which was easy. I don't know why the mainstream media wouldn't have covered that, but hey, that's just the way it is. They have to sell advertising space. They have to make money. Number 16, I seen Christopher Watt's neighbor is getting paid to do interviews. What's your take? He's not the only one, is my take. The old lady across the street who supposedly saw the pickup truck has now been, she won't give interviews to anybody unless she gets paid. The neighbor who would live next door, he wants to get paid, and he's getting paid to do interviews. His friends or co-workers who worked closely with him are getting paid to do interviews, and it's not just interviews for TV. People who are writing books, they're not talking to those people either, unless you want to pay them. Number 17, are you planning another video on James Rupert case? Yeah, sort of. I've got a whole stack of notes on it. I may eventually make it into another video, but at this point in time, right now, it's kind of on the back burner because I have a lot more cases that I'm actually trying to get done in the meantime. All right, number 18. How many women do you think Samuel Little really killed? If I had to take a shot in the dark, I would say 32 to 35. I think he has more victims that he killed that he can remember, because he was doing it for so long and no one bothered to take a second look at him in the case. Once the cops looked at him the first time, they kind of said, okay, bye, go away, you're a creep, you're kind of weirding us out, and they never looked at him again. And then he just moved on and kept on doing what he was doing, and his memory is failing now. So, and there's a lot of cases that I think that he's mixing the two because they've been so long ago. We're talking, he killed for over 35 years straight. So, yeah, I guess we're between 32 and 35, somewhere in there. Next one, number 19. Is there any new developments in the Misty Terry Brevers case? I don't know. I haven't been following that case. I am sorry. Number 20, are you planning any Roost Check videos in the future? Yes, I have one in post editing right now. Number 21, where is Nicole Kissinger now? Are the police looking at her for the crimes that she committed? No, I don't know where she is, and she's been cleared by the FBI, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and the Frederick Police Department. If there was anything that they were going to charge her with, they would have charged her with it by now. Trust me on that. The justice system, I know, can be slow sometimes, but they never drag their feet out on, if they're going to make an arrest or convict her of anything. Morally, she is a bankrupt individual. We all know that. But unfortunately, being a bankrupt individual and being a homewrecker is not a crime in the state of Colorado. Number 22, Jamie Kloss. Where is she now? She is at home trying to survive and move forward and put the events of what happened to her behind her. Her and her family don't wish to be contacted, and I'm going to respect that. And even though I know people who are members of that family, I am not going to reach out and bother them because I'm respecting their wishes. They want to be left alone, fine. Number 23, how do you deal with the hateful comments? Well, I think you meant vile. Um, Hateful comments. You get, just watched the Amanda Gale video. That commenter on the top really has it out for you. He really does not like you reporting on this case. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. And, in the beginning of starting this YouTube channel, it really did affect me a lot more. And I don't want to say that I've gotten thicker skinned. To be truthful, 100% truthful and clear, I don't read the comments as much as I do, as I used to. I used to have a 97.5% reply rate. I'm down to about 46% right now, and that is not just because of the vile comments that I get. It's because I have over 250 videos, and I get between 2,000 to 5,000 comments on videos every single week. I would have to hire, at least another person, or I would have to clone myself, a couple times over just to be able to keep up with the comment section. And if a video is any popular at all, like let's just take for instance, a couple weeks ago, I did one about not a couple weeks ago, a week ago, I did one on the Mayflower. That video, just in the comment section here on YouTube, didn't grab that much attention. But on other social media, wow, it took off like crazy. People were like, I had no idea that the first murder in America and the first hanging was in 1630. It's true. Yeah, and the history books in a lot of cases have been wrong, and they've been telling people another individual was the first murder, which came up in 1655. He was actually the first serial killer. The first murder was a gentleman who came over on the Mayflower, John Billington. All right, number 24. Is it true Robert Kelly is finally talking to reporters? I'm sorry about the noise in the background. People are just, they shout all over this house all the time. They have, whatever. Is it true that Robert Kelly is finally talking to reporters, and why not you? Well, you're assuming that he hasn't talked to me. And the truth is that I heard that he was doing interviews, and he is trying to get people to put money onto his inmate account in exchange for doing interviews. And I'm not going to play that game. And that's the way a lot of inmates work their interview process. It's like, hey, I know you can't necessarily just hand me cash for doing this or write me a check. Put money on my inmate account and through a third part, give it to my girlfriend. My girlfriend will then put it on my account. And there's ways around it, but they still do it. The greasy wheel always gets the grease. All right, number 25 and the last one. Will your wife be back on one of your live streams soon? Loved her view and have some questions I would love to ask her about her cancer treatment and how everything is going. Maybe someday. I no plans right now to do it. She has a very active life between school and work, and and then our children. Well, we have a little one and we have a full-grown adult. The full-grown adult obviously can take care of herself pretty much, but she's pretty busy, and as am I. So that's 25 questions in rapid succession asked by you, the viewers, on the community tab. And I will, one quick announcement, the community tab, I think that YouTube is going to be doing away with it, because if they switch you from the classic version of YouTube Studio to the new beta version, it's hard to get into to actually see the top questions and to even post in the community tab. So I think they're trying to do away with it, or maybe they plan on moving it someplace else later on. But right now, it is hard as heck to get in there and actually do any kind of one-on-one and keep an interaction with my fans. So again, the easiest way, if you ever need to get a hold of me or you have a question, is to become a Patreon supporter. I would appreciate each and every one of you at least just go over there and look at it. Right now there's not a lot of perks, but I'm trying to work it as I get more supporters, and I'm able to build up a little bit of a nest egg, I guess you could call it, to not on top of covering my expenses, to give away things, and so that each perk has a different option to actually get things. I used to give things away there, but Patreon shot that down too because they said it was gambling, for people to be able to buy an actual lottery, like lottery tickets, or entries into a drawings. Yeah, all I'm trying to do is be a nice person and give stuff away, and everybody keeps on shooting me down. But the link to the Patreon is in every single video that I've ever put up, along with the link to the merchandise store, the fan store, is in the description of every video. This is an extra video for this week. Yeah, 2 videos every single day this week. Next week, I don't know. If we keep some traction going and people seem to like this, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll just quit my job and do 2 videos a day every day for the rest of my life. Don't think so. Still got to pay the mortgage, and this is not even paying the electric bill. So, and hey, and by the way, Samantha, hold on, Samantha, Carrie, Marcia, Danielle, Tamara, and Melissa. You asked, and that would have been a bonus number 26 question for the video that you're watching. What do I look like without a hat? Ta-da! Stay safe out there, everyone.